Hi, this is Shayoni, and you're watching me on filmsofindia.com.
Hi, I'm Mohit Chauhan, and you're watching me on filmsofindia.com.
Hi, I am Charu Rohtagi and you're watching me on filmsofindia.com. Please watch secondmarriage.com.
Hi, I'm Vishal Nayak and you're watching me on filmsofindia.com. Please watch our movie secondmarriage.com in theaters. Thank you.
It's a story that will make you fall in love with the idea of being in love. And it's unique enough to grab your attention. Celebs Unplugged welcomes the rising stars of secondmarriage.com who are ready to make their mark on the silver screen. आइए आज हम मुलाकात करते हैं secondmarriage.com के परिवार के साथ. Hello everybody and welcome to Films of India.
Hi.
Can you tell us something about the movie and who'd like to go first? Unanimously.
There are two opinions which I like to give. One is for the ones who've seen the movie, and one is for the ones who've not seen the movie. So first I begin with the ones who've seen the movie. Well, as you've seen the movie, I would say it's been made with a lot of effort. There are a lot of scenes which we know which are not up to the mark, but there's always a reason behind each and every thing and each and every action that we've taken. For the ones who've not seen the movie, there are good scenes. People have liked the movie. All my friends who've seen the movie have really praised it. The concept, the story, the hard work, everything is visible. And there are brilliant background scores, which I think people don't, kind of listen to while they're watching the movie. But if you listen to them off track, then they're very good numbers. I myself have got a ringtone which is from our movie, and then when I kept hearing the songs without the visuals, then you can actually listen to the songs, and they are really good. They're really good.
Visuals, all my friends really were praising the music.
visuals also,
Yeah, even with
This
the
goes very
visuals,
well with the
backgrounds,
I know.
And the ones who've seen it, I think that most of them have liked it. I mean, there is one or two people who are very critical about the movies. They're like कि ये shot थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा लगा दिया, ये angle has been like that. So that is a good thing which we are aware of because we didn't have options. There are times when you have to put in a wrong shot because the good shot did not turn out to be good.
The reason that people are talking about it is it deserves a discussion. It's a very
it does.
It's very
It does.
It's always a positive thing, because we are all working because we want people to react to it. Some people will like it, some people will not like it. In any film, you will like certain things, you will not like certain things. So, every film has its good things and its bad things. But as a film, I think the concept and the storyline is really strong, and it's really progressive. It's a forward concept. What people have said is the family, our family looks like a family, and people actually believe that we four were actually the real characters. That was, which is I think a huge compliment.
It's a huge compliment. Absolutely.
Because
The first review that I got, I got two reviews simultaneously. पहले एक ने phone किया, फिर दूसरे ने phone किया, and they were totally contrasting views. The first one was like, he messaged me I messaged him, how do you like the movie? He said, awesome, a must watch. Then I called him up, to hear more. He was like, "Arey Mohit, wonderful work, wonderful chemistry, wonderful this, wonderful that. The story is amazing. It's supposed to become a hit and all that." I was like, "Good." Then I called up another friend. Hey, you also saw the movie. What's your review? He's like, "Yeah, what a bad thing. Yeah, you could have done better. This could have been better. That scene was better. This scene was that." So it was totally a contrast. And I was like, "Yeah, what should I believe?"
Actually, same thing happened with me. There were around 20 people who went to see the movie from my side, and they were like mixed reactions. Some people loved the performances, not the storyline so much. And some people love the storyline. It's a very good forward concept. I think we should really promote it well. And because this is probably they said that this movie is made almost 5 years ahead of its time. And we're like, okay, probably at least we're making a start somewhere. So why not? And people love the music. The music was very nice. So it was a mixed reaction, but overall people loved the film. That was the best part.
The only thing that people are cribbing about, most of them are like, they don't have shows to watch.
That's true. Very few shows are there. Very few shows are
unfortunately,
there.
if all the existing shows do not do well, then और भी नहीं बचेंगे. So depending on number of, and it happens to every smaller film because you have bigger films like Wasipur and Ek Tha Tiger squeezing you from both sides ends, back to back. So for a film like us to actually compete with these kind of films
Promotion
with
had to be
almost no known face, you know, what we are banking on is the film, the final product, the storyline and the performances. That's all we have.
And
So, you know,
yeah, and I think the people who have seen the film, and we've requested them, you know what, probably for a film like us, you know, a small film, word of mouth is very important. I mean, even a film like Vicky Donor or Udaan, which had come, though it was from a big production house, but they picked up after word of mouth publicity. So we are also probably banking on them, because obviously people have, I mean, on the faces they've mentioned there's a good film, so we just requesting that the word of mouth should be good enough.
People are liking this film, no? Because the concept is very new age concept, you can say. तो कॉन्सेप्ट अगर आज के टाइम में है, ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है, उसको थोड़ा सा बूस्टअप देती है हमारी फिल्म, इज़ इट? तो बस अगर उसको थोड़ा सा बूस्टअप दे रहे हैं और अच्छी तरह से ये फिल्म निकल के चली जाती है, तो आई मीन और जानी चाहिए. अगर लोग एक बार देखने आ गए थिएटर में, सो दे विल डेफिनेटली लव दिस मूवी. द कॉन्सेप्ट इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग.
That's what I want to get back to. What, you know, I've been hearing and that feels really nice is everybody who watched the film, even if, because I'm from FTI and, you know, a lot of my friends would pinpoint the technical glitches and all that, because they are like really looking into a lot of things that we probably generally don't look into. But everybody said the emotional connect that is possible doesn't happen with most films that we watch in Bollywood.
Right.
Because you actually feel what the character is feeling over there, and which is,
It feels like real life,
Yeah.
part of it.
Exactly.
People are carrying the film home.
Yeah, exactly.
one
And that's what
motive.
it's meant to do.
Yeah.
बांध के, जिसको कहते हैं ना, बांध के रख दिया है सबको, तो वो है.
When you step out of the theater, you just don't forget it. It's there till
And
you
keep
reach
thinking,
home and
yeah.
you keep
And
talking.
you think about
And
it.
they're discussing about it, no?
Yeah.
That is what
But it's a
that
topic,
means
it's
the
on a
film is
topic,
there.
yeah.
Exactly.
And views are always contrasting.
Yeah.
Some like it a lot, some
Yeah.
dislike it a lot, but yet both are thinking about it,
Exactly.
both are talking about it.
Yes.
The film is actually making you think.
Yes.
माने
You know,
there is
which
a
is a
buzz
very good
कि
thing.
लोग किसी भी तरह से इस फिल्म की
Exactly.
बात तो कर ही रहे हैं.
अच्छा, चारू जी, आप you're playing this mother who has the option of a second marriage. Now, off screen, what is your point of view about it?
अगर मुझसे पूछेंगे तो मैं यही कहूँगी कि मुझे इस कॉन्सेप्ट से मैं बहुत कंफर्टेबल हूँ. वो इसलिए क्योंकि क्यों नहीं, एक एल्डरली कपल्स अगर हैं और अकेले हैं ज़िंदगी में, तो वो क्यों नहीं ऐसा कर सकते, क्यों सेकंड मैरिज उनकी नहीं हो सकती. हमेशा से होती आई है, लेकिन पहले मेल डोमिनेटेड कंट्री था हमारा शुरू से, तो मेल्स की हो जाती थी, फीमेल्स की नहीं हो जाती थी. आज ये है कि फीमेल्स भी अब निकल के आना चाहती हैं इन चीज़ों से. वो भी चाहती हैं कि उनकी ज़िंदगी दोबारा अच्छी हो जाए. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, अगर बच्चे उनको सपोर्ट करते हैं तो इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी. बिकॉज थोड़ा सा वो समाज से या अपने बच्चों से या खुद से शायद उतना इनिशिएट नहीं कर पाती हैं. तो मेरे हिसाब से मैं इस कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ बहुत अग्री करती हूँ. मुझे बहुत पसंद आया ये कॉन्सेप्ट, और ये ऑलरेडी है सोसाइटी में. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कुछ नया उनको प्लेटर में दे रहे हैं कि हाँ कुछ बहुत नई चीज हम आपके लिए ले आए हैं.
But it's not that open. At least
इट्स
Indians
नॉट
is
दैट.
not- Indian
बस
society
खाली
में-
लोगों को जगाने वाली बात है. तो हम खाली उनको टैप कर रहे हैं कि बच्चा एक ये भी चीज़ है तो देखो. पेरेंट्स को तुम ओल्ड एज में भेज दो, ओल्ड एज होम्स में या इधर भेज दें, या आप अब्रॉड सेटल हो गए और बच्चे पेरेंट्स जो है घर में बेचारे अकेले सड़ रहे हैं, कब कौन आके उनको मर्डर करके चला जाता है. तो एक कंपेनियन की उनको ज़रूरत है लाइफ में. एक कंपेनियन की ज़रूरत है लाइफ में. तो इस उम्र में जो शादी होती है सिर्फ कंपेनियनशिप की होती है, विच इज़ वेरी वेल नीडेड.
And you know, when I also heard about the concept before doing the movie, I had shared this with one of my few friends who have single parents, you know, for last 15-20 years, either divorced or, you know, due to some other reason they have been single. So actually they also never thought at that moment ki probably, you know, this can be, I mean, they're so busy in their own life making their careers and everything, and they're like, yaar, probably we never thought about a single parent ki yaar, probably they should also have a life. And when I explained them, you know, this is something that can happen and this is something that society should accept it, they're like, yeah, I think it's a good thing we should think about. Probably we'll also start thinking about a parent. So somewhere there's a change happening, you know, and somewhere there is a small, in its own way, revolution happening. And why not? It's good for the people. If people want to live their life the way they want to, I think it's completely acceptable.
So would you say that sorry, go ahead.
No, you know, in today's world, especially with our generation, हमारे मम्मी पापा के generation में माँ बाप साथ में ही रहते थे. You know, single, not single, widowed, divorce बहुत कम होता था. They would be part of the family. Our generation, how many kids live with their parents?
It's all
Hardly
nuclear
anybody,
right now.
right? So because they move out for their career, for marriage, you know, and nuclear families.
Absolutely.
So all the more reason people are lonely. People want companions, and when they require, you know, 50-55 की उम्र में करियर खत्म होने को है और बच्चे बड़े हो गए, तो क्या करोगे आप? you know, you would always need a support, and I think the film rightly talks about.
And most of the
the same
parents जो
thing.
हैं वो उसमें डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं कि अब हम रिटायरमेंट आ गया, अब हम क्या करेंगे, हाउ टू, माने कैसे टाइम पास करेंगे, वो ग्रैंड चाइल्ड को खाली वहाँ तक ले
You know,
जाएंगे,
my
छोड़ के
mother
चले
is,
आएंगे.
my
Why?
father is no more. My mother lives alone in Calcutta. She's working. She's retiring this month, and I was actually telling her, you know, why don't you actually find somebody for yourself? Because I will be, seriously, मैं चैन से जीऊंगी. You know, I will be able to concentrate on my work, because then there's a constant fear and a responsibility and a guilt also.
And knowing she's
as
looked
a child.
after and she's not alone.
Absolutely.
मैं एक बहुत स्वीट चीज़ शेयर करना चाहूँगी. आज सुबह मेरे फादर इन लॉ का फ़ोन आया. उन्होंने टेलीग्राफ में पूरा इसके secondmarriage.com का पूरा निकला है. तो सबसे पहले उन्होंने फ़ोन करके मुझे कंग्रेचुलेट किया कि बेटा तुम फिल्म में आ गई, मुझे बहुत खुशी लग रही है. एंड सेकेंडली ही से, चारू तुम अपने लिए अब सोचो बेटा. तो मैंने कहा पापा मैं अपने काम में अभी इतनी बिजी हूँ कि मुझे ऐसा कुछ सोचना नहीं है. एंड मोहित सॉरी टू से वो समझे कि शायद आप अकेले हैं. तो मेरे से बोले
That's the best part in the movie. Both of their chemistry is so good, and they were so comfortable with each other. They actually they were like within each other in the movie. The characters, we felt so much like a family, you know, like a father and a mother.
Thank you.
And
Thank
he
you.
said कि तुम जो तुम्हारे साथ हैं जो काम कर रहे हैं उनके बारे में सोचो. मैंने कहा पापा नहीं, वो बहुत हैप्पीली मैरिड है. I said पापा मैं कोई दूसरा ढूंढ लूंगी.
You're going so red.
I said पापा फिलहाल मैं अभी काम पे कंसंट्रेट कर रही हूँ, लेकिन कोई मिलेगा तो मैं सबसे पहले आपको बताऊंगी क्योंकि आपने मुझे बोला.
But that movie has
मैं
inspired
he's
everybody
88.
like
That's
See,
a different
he's
point of view.
88.
People who are at that age, even 80, 88,
He's
they also
88.
understand that it is a need of the hour.
Absolutely.
You know, you should not
That's
neglect this part of your life
And
as
why
well.
does he
Why
understand?
not?
Because he also doesn't have his wife,
Yeah.
and he is also alone and
Alone
lonely,
in
and he
yes.
understands
Understands
the fact
the
that
feeling,
she
I
probably
mean.
needs somebody.
But it's amazing that an older generation like that
Yes.
is thinking
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying.
हम ही सोचते हैं कि हाँ सोसाइटी क्या सोचेगी, लोग क्या सोचेंगे, बट लोग वही सोचते हैं जो सही है.
Yeah.
You know,
Society
if you're
हम
doing the right
बनाते हैं.
thing, it will reflect somewhere in society. It will trickle down.
You know what also happens is at that age, because at a very young age or in your 40s, you think more about society and your image and everything. But when you go to that age and you actually realize that probably I should have done this 20 years back. So why not also, if I have not done, probably if someone can benefit by it, let them go ahead. So the perception is changing, the thought is changing.
But would you personally also, like, you know, you said that you told your mom, I mean,
Yeah.
God forbid, but would you also advocate it in your personal
Absolutely.
life?
In fact, I've been telling my friends who have single parents, ki, please think about them.
Is that what drew you to the character?
Absolutely, very much. Because see, the thing is, before I did the film, I also had certain questions in my mind. But when I really thought about it, I thought, you know, why not? I mean, if in many ways the society is changing, many ways we are getting modernized and forward. But being modernized doesn't mean that we have to accept westernized association. We have to be modernized in such a way that our society benefits.
Right.
Right.
You're thinking about,
We have to change our society in a better way. So if this is the way, one way we can change our society, so why not? And if this thought is put across towards our audience, in some way they will benefit. So I think we've done our job.
Yes.
And Mohit ji, this is about finding love on a matrimonial site called secondmarriage.com. What do you think it's too modern for Indian society, or do you think it's the next in thing?
Look, it is too modern as well as it's a next generation thing. Both. I mean, you have a population of billions in the world, and people have different opinions. There will be a section which thinks this is a very modern concept, but then the new generation is also equally huge in numbers. So they would obviously accept this, and they have accepted this one. So I think it is both. You have opinions, contrasting opinions for each and everything that happens in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So likewise, I think there will be certain people, like we had gone to Punjab earlier to promote. We had gone to the Golden Temple. There were people who were like, कि ये हमारे समाज में ये कैसे हो सकता है? ऐसा सब्जेक्ट आपने लिखा इसे ऐसा हो कैसे सकता है? So you see, they have that opinions also, and then there are new generations. Even Charu ji is from a new generation, actually, I would say, but because she's lived in a modern society. But had she lived in a village or in a small town, there she would have been like,
But
how can I think about it?
It's also, I mean, I would disagree in a way that a lot of things happen in our society. We are the Indian society, if you think of the Vedas, a lot of things existed which then became matters of taboo. You know, like homosexuality was there since Rig Vedas. You know, but now in modern society, the so-called modern society, we think it's a taboo, and you know, so many problems and all that. Similarly, a lot of things in villages happen, and I'm doing a show where I'm traveling to villages, and I actually met somebody, an old man who married 3 years ago, and he's 88. You know, so a lot of forward thinking is there in the villages. It's us, the city bred people and the middle class,
Correct.
who really thinks that, you know, ये करेंगे तो समाज हमें बाहर कर देगा. You know, the upper classes, they don't care about who
Yes.
thinks what, and
the lower
The lower
class.
strata also
they
doesn't.
They even
don't,
don't,
because
yeah.
and they do what, and a lot of things happen in the villages, you know, that we don't probably hear about, but they exist.
Most
So-
of the times these kind of opinions are given according to convenience.
Exactly.
Convenience.
आपके परिवार में आपको करनी है किसी से शादी दूसरी, तो आप बोलोगे नहीं मैं मॉडर्न जमाने का हूँ, लेकिन अगर आपको मौका ही नहीं मिल रहा और you know you
Yeah,
can't do it,
then
then
you are
you'll be along with the society, you'll take again the society's name and say कि नहीं हमारे जमाने में ऐसा नहीं होता ये
और
गलत है।
आजकल देखो क्या हो रहा है. अगर आप न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ो, आपकी ऑलरेडी शादी है, आपकी वाइफ है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन दूसरी शादी साथ साथ करनी है तो अपना रिलीजन में कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं और शादियां कर रहे हैं. तो बेटर ये है कि कम से कम जिनको जरूरत है वो शादियां करें. आप उसको एक्सेप्ट करते हो, उन चीजों को एक्सेप्ट कर ले रहे हो कि वो अपना रिलीजन चेंज कर करके शादियां कर रहे हैं. व्हाई नॉट दिस?
No, and you know, सोसाइटी के जितने भी नॉर्म्स है ना, वो चेंज होते रहते
होते हैं,
वो
और होने
convenience
चाहिए.
के
हिसाब से,
अकॉर्डिंग
correct.
मॉडिफाई होते रहते हैं. लाइक डाउरी वाज लाइक, you know, in North India, dowry was like you have to give it. There is no other way, and nobody thought it was lowly or anything, you know, till very recently. Now dowry is such an uncool thing.
Yes.
It's like you're
You know?
buying your husband.
हाँ,
I know. It
exactly.
is.
So now whatever was there in society is changing also.
Changing,
No?
yeah.
So the perspectives change and perceptions
Things are
change.
Absolutely.
So
And the movie is encouraging the
Yeah.
youth to look at their parents in a different
Absolutely.
light.
And if
So
the
you
change
think-
is for good,
Yeah,
if
but
the
do you
change
think
is
they're
for
ready
good.
for this kind of a leap?
you know,
Like, we've been-
absolutely ready. Yeah, this is.
I think behind time we should have done.
This one should fall.
In fact, even Amir Khan mentioned one of his episodes in Satyam Hai Jayate about the second marriage part. I mean, he mentioned that obviously this is, see, we don't see it because we are confined to a certain section of society and certain section of thought, you know, a certain thought process. But when you actually go beyond our boundaries and see in the people that they are living, they I think it's readily acceptable. It's only that we are making an image कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता है, वैसा नहीं होता है, जबकि ये हो रहा है.
Yeah.
हम जस्ट वो लोगों को तक पहुंचा रहे हैं.
That is what I'm saying. कि
Yeah.
it is there
It is
in society.
Ultimately, few years back, we used to keep criticizing the Western culture. Now, if you see the times, we are Western ourselves. We have followed whatever we used to criticize
Blindly.
earlier.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years back, whatever we had criticized is on right now, and we believe in it. So another 10 years, I think, will be far
As long
ahead.
as we take the good.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, and this is a good
It's
thing.
not westernization. I won't
you-
say that thing. I will say कि अगर वेस्ट से कुछ अच्छी चीजें अगर आप ले सकते हो, why not? हमने उनकी सारी खराब चीजों को भी ले लिया लाइफ में, तो अच्छी चीजों को क्यों नहीं
You know what,
एक्सेप्ट?
now I don't believe it's all about accepting the Western culture or we become modernized. See, the world has become globalized. We are accepting from every part of the world what is good, what is bad. Okay, and the whole world itself has become a platform of certain norms and things that is happening. Okay, there are certain areas where things are on a different level, different in the culture and the practice and the rituals. But more or less, everybody knows what's happening in the world. So some or the other, we are accepting certain things from every part of the world.
Correct.
Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you have to decide what is good for you, what is bad for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And living together as a family was an integral part of the preparation.
Oh,
Did
that was the best part.
it help you in your characterization and the
Absolutely.
nuances?
I'll tell you, for me, it really helped because both of them are absolutely seniors and very good at their work. She is from an institute, and for me, after from a television background, coming to do a film, and for the first time, it was like a different experience. And all three of them really helped me in my character because I felt I was quite behind what I was supposed to do, but they really pulled me to that level where I could perform so decently. So it was a very good thing for me at least.
But
seriously.
no, but seriously, when you see the film, I'm hoping you would, and you would remember this, that she actually will look like my mother.
Yeah.
He will look like his
You know,
father.
that comes across in the trailers. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
to interrupt, but that does.
That does, yeah.
The
So
connect comes across even
That's
in the
what
trailers.
everybody who's watched the film, we must have spoken to 60, 70 people who watched the film, and across board everybody said that you actually look like a family, as I mentioned earlier. And you know, when you work on your relationships and you work on your characters, the relationships work so well in terms of, क्योंकि वो हिचकिचाहट अगर होती है तो वो दिखती है. You know, I never had to go on the set and imagine that, oh, she's my mother, so I have to be a certain way, there has to be this level of comfort. We are already become this comfortable that set पे जाके कुछ करना नहीं होता था. डायलॉग्स याद करो, डायलॉग्स बोलो.
चलो बोल दो.
आपस की जो केमिस्ट्री है, रिलेशनशिप है, वो इतनी तगड़ी बन गई थी कि कुछ on before we knew it had happened. So I think Gaurav, who's a director, I think it was the best decision for the film to actually put us all in the same house together, and we would do everything together. We would always, we bonded really well.
I know.
So
Not
maybe you can
everything.
tell right
Oh, the good things.
Everything से मतलब खाना पीना बैठना और डिस्कशंस, तो वो चीजें तो ऑब्वियसली थी. और अगर वो नहीं होती तो हमारी शायद वो केमिस्ट्री दिखती भी नहीं.
It was like, you know, it was like staying in one room and shooting in the next room. I'm like, ये शॉट रेडी. अच्छा सर मैं 2 मिनट में कपड़े पहन के आ रहा हूँ. बस खत्म हो गया.
और डर लगता रहता ना. मोहित इज सच अ सीनियर एक्टर. मैं ही डरती रहती है मोहित के साथ कैसे परफॉर्म करूंगी, कैसे परफॉर्म
And you know,
करूंगी.
for everybody's lines, इन दोनों का नहीं सीन होगा, हम दोनों का सीन होगा. ये लोग आएंगे, हमारी लाइंस करवाएंगे, हम रिहर्स करेंगे.
That's the best part. They were very supportive.
So we were actually working together as a family, you know. So and that reflects in the film.
Yeah. I mean, most of my scenes with her individually and for most of my performance, I think Mohit sir really helped me. You know, you look from this point of view. You try to say the dialogue from this point of view. He's really helped me. He's given me a lot of inputs, which have really helped me in performing in the film. So that was really great.
And how is it working with Gaurav Panchwani?
He is a workaholic.
Yes,
You know, he's a very focused guy. He's a very focused guy. He's
yeah.
passionate about what he does. He's very focused, and that's what we like about him. Being a newcomer, obviously, he's like he lives and eats
Yes.
cinema all the time. You know, he breathes cinema. So that was the best part which we like about him. Work with him. सेट पे भी खाना नहीं खाता था वो. उठता था, चलो शूट करना. मतलब गौरव खाना खा ले यार.
सोले थोड़ी देर में.
He's really in a trance. When he's working, he's in a trance.
In fact,
So
when we began, it was like a 16-hour or 18 hours.
Yeah,
I know.
The first day he was continuously shooting. He didn't just want to pack up.
yeah.
So the artists were new. The actors would change.
I know.
But this
he's
guy was
continuously
there.
constantly.
So we had to
was
like,
there.
hello, 2 बज गए sir. We've started at 7 o'clock in the morning.
know.
So when are you going to wind up? Tomorrow again you will call us at 7. So he's like, हाँ बस ये सीन हो जाए. I said, do it tomorrow, yeah. We just began. You know, we have these number of days.
And he was so sweet. हम लोगों से बोलता था ठीक है, आप लोग को नींद आ रहा है, आप लोग जा के सो जाओ. जब जिसका शॉट लगेगा ना, मैं आधे घंटे पहले उठाऊंगा. आप लोग तब ड्रेस कर लेना, मेकअप कर लेना, शॉट दे देना, फिर जाके सो जाना. क्योंकि हम एक ही कैंपस में थे और वहीं शूट कर रहे थे, इसलिए ये पॉसिबल था. सो विच वाज वेरी वाइज डिसीजन. मैंने गौरव का बहुत अच्छा एक डिसीजन उसने लिया था.
And he's been constantly working since the time we met for the movie.
Yeah.
He's been writing the script and he's been involved with the producer. Then he's planning for the location, everything. He's been non-stop working till date. Even today he'll be like doing something or the other right now.
And he's only 23. He's so
passion
focused. The
Passion,
passion
very
is there.
focused,
He's
right?
very
And I would
young.
like to mention he has 2 friends who are the chief
know,
assistants
yeah.
on this film, Saptaraj and
Saptaraj, Shiva,
and they
all
both
a
are
big team.
like the
Engineers,
pillars
they
that
are,
Gaurav
they
have.
are.
And these
Absolutely.
3, honestly, it's so difficult in today's day to write a film, to actually execute it in
execute.
whichever way you do, any film I'm talking about, to shoot it, to finish it,
And
ready
when
for
it
release and release
Yeah,
it
release
in
it.
a period of 6 months. It's
Yeah, that's
tremendous.
amazing.
Okay?
It's
And
totally-
only 3 people were actually doing the entire film.
Correct.
No, we also have the music
Until now
director.
they are.
Anand. Yeah.
Until now they are
Everybody,
doing
everybody.
it.
But
Teamwork, no doubt, but these 3 people were actually the main people who were running around and getting the things organized and executed, you know?
Correct.
Yeah.
And Sayani.
Chayoni.
Sayani, sorry, I'm so sorry. That's what I saw. Sayani.
You should change your spelling now.
Sayani. Okay, FTII, then a Bengali film with Anurag Basu.
No. Anurag Kashyap
Sure,
produced
sorry.
it.
Okay.
Q is the director.
Okay,
Fashion.
and now this, secondmarriage.com. What has been the experience like on each 3 of them?
I am what I am and where I am because of FTI. FTI was, I think, the best decision of my life. I was very confused where to go, not go. My friend said, "Are you mad? Why are you even thinking? Just go." And for me, I did not know anybody in the film industry. I come from a very middle class, normal family. My mother till very recently used to say that if you become an actress, I'll commit suicide. But now, thankfully, she's changed her mind and she's happy for whatever I'm doing. So I knew that if I have to crack it, I used to do theatre, and you know I knew people in theatre, but in the film industry, if I had to crack it, FTI was the only way. And once I got through, there was no looking back. The 3.5 years that I spent there, that's what we say, people who go to FTI, कि जन्म मृत्यु शादी और FTI सिर्फ होता है. आप करते नहीं हो पर होता है, you know, it just happens to you, and you can't. It institutionalized you in a way, and whatever I am, you know, it's changed me as a person. It's changed my belief system. It's obviously made me more confident. I have the confidence to walk up to any office and say I am this, and I am a trained actor from FTI. You know, I'm not being boastful about it, but it gives you some sort of strength, you know. And
It does.
Absolutely.
And whatever, you know, yesterday I watched the film with my classmates, my acting classmates, and for me it was really like, and they were very happy because we passed out last year, and this is the first film of the batch, and so it was like a celebration for us and all that. But it feels great, yeah. And the Bengali film, I had great fun shooting. It wasn't, I only had 6 days of shoot, but it was mostly, the crew was a lot of fun. The main crew who shot it was all, they were all French from Belgium. So, you know, there was a different taste of working with people like that. They're extremely professional, but great fun to work with, really chilled out. So yeah, it also seemed like a, you know, fun environment. There was a lot of physical work in terms of, I did a lot of coloring in the film, and you know, it's a stylistic, fantastical film. So, nothing realistic. So right after that shoot, I started second marriage shoot, and this was only realistic, you know, it was like I am. It was absolutely contrasting. So I'm very glad that the two films that I did were so different, because the experiences were completely
So
different.
early on in your career.
Thankfully, God is great.
And are you all different from your characters in the movie, or did you?
My character is a psycho.
Totally different people.
Yeah, but I mean,
No, I
think
can't
somewhere I
imagine in real life.
relate to Akshay, because Akshay is more like the modern, and he doesn't care much about the society norms and rules. In some way, I'm also a rebel in my own way, not much of a rebel, but but I think somewhere I relate to the character, but not completely. But I think we really had to work on the character, and we got through,
But also, you know, for me personally, it was the first time I'm playing a character which is there for 2.5 hours or 2 hours, you know, the entire length of the film. And the 4 main actors are literally carrying the film forward, you know, so the graph had to come, and as you know, so I was extremely nervous, and I was thinking too much. After every scene, I'm like, oh God, ये ऐसा हो गया तो next scene क्या करूँगी, and you know,
She's never happy with any of us.
So it was a lot of stress, but also because we made the character a little like us, and we obviously could relate to the characters individually, and then you had to do what the script demanded. And also, you know, because we worked together as a team, there was so much give and take, so the action reaction became really strong, you know, so that also shows in the scenes कि मैम मुझे जितना दे रही है मैं उतना, you know, I'm being able to, मेरा भी performance ऊपर जा रहा है if she gives me a good performance, you know, so that that action reaction was really super.
Yeah, and you know, I also think that because we were so comfortable and we knew our characters well, we were living the characters, we had a lot of improvisation on set, you know, and we actually improvised most of the scenes, and we like यार चल इस scene को थोड़ा और better करके कैसे कर दे, चलो देख लेते हैं, scene पे enter करते take के time ही देख लेंगे कैसा हो जाएगा, you know.
सबसे बड़ी बात है कि हमारे डायरेक्टर की बहुत लिबर्टी थी हमारे पास,
ये करना चाहते हो,
हाँ करो,
क्यों करना चाहते हो बोलो,
वो देख लेता था कि हाँ ये हमारे स्क्रिप्ट के साथ चला जाएगा, ओके, सो वो एक बहुत आपको कैरेक्टर को जीने के लिए बहुत आसान कर देता है.
Absolutely, it gives a lot of you know, incentive to the actor to perform. The director is quite liberal with you. Like, do whatever you feel like. If I think it is wrong, then I'll probably cut you. Otherwise, you have the freedom. It's really great for an actor to perform then.
You all were both very emphatic in saying no, we are not like that.
they kept complaining even while.
See, मैं बताऊं, मुझे फिल्म में इतना शर्माना पड़ा है जो बहुत मुश्किल था. मतलब मैं बाद में गौरव से कहना पड़ा, गौरव इतना शर्माना शायद जीवन में नहीं शर्माना, प्लीज थोड़ा सा मुझे भी ऊपर आने दो. नहीं मैम आपका कैरेक्टर वही है. मैंने कहा अच्छा वही है तो वैसे ही चलेगा. तो इसलिए मैंने बोला
She's so sweet.
अगर
Both of them are adorable. I really felt
I
like
had a lot of contrasting views. मेरे को बिल्कुल भी ऐसा लगता नहीं है कि मैं इस कैरेक्टर का हूँ because in real life I father a dog. Yeah, I'm father to a dog who's 5.5 years old. In real life I don't have a son, so I can't relate to a son. Like very young.
मोहित के लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट था.
बहुत difficult था.
Thank God you don't relate your dog to me.
No, to be frank, I should not don't get hurt, but he's amazing.
नहीं, मेरे लिए बहुत इजी था क्योंकि मेरी जो अपनी दोनों बेटियां हैं, आई हैव 2 daughters एंड दोनों जो हैं शायनी के जैसे थिंकिंग की हैं और जो इसमें कैरेक्टर्स का दिखाया है उनकी भी थिंकिंग वही है, तो मेरे लिए इनैक्ट करना बहुत आसान था. वेरी सिंपल.
And when you all took on the project, what were the reactions from your family and friends, keeping in mind the topic? क्या कहना था उनका कि ये फिल्म कर रहे
मजा
हैं?
आएगा. Watch a film which
Yeah.
is like upbeat and new and
Yeah.
trendy and upmarket, and for the people who can understand it, not for people who are with a different mindset altogether. If you're modern, if you're new, if you're the in thing, you can enjoy this movie.
one thing whoever heard the name of the film would always remember the name of the
Yeah,
film. Like हाँ क्या था .com. So
Like
second marriage क्या second शादी क्या second शादी हाँ so all of that but
Avoid overlapping.
That is so true. So we always do that. But no, a lot of times people are coming like secondinnings.com second innings अब कहाँ से? नहीं वो पिक्चर आई थी ना मुन्ना भाई MBBS उसमें वो ये थी ना लगेरो में second innings house बोला अच्छा. So people relate to that.
Yeah.
But I think nobody will forget this name secondmarriage.com.
And future projects for all of you? What's up?
Whom do you want to begin with?
Who would like to
Everybody.
start?
I'm
Future
doing a
project.
travelogue with Mr. Saeed Mirza. He's directing it. So that I've taken a break for the release and the promotions. So I'm going back in 3 days, and that is for another 1 month. And then there are 2 films that I haven't signed, so I can't talk about them. But there are, so I'm talking to them. I hope it. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
आप बोले?
नहीं मैं लास्ट में बोलूँगा.
अच्छा, आई हैव साइन 2 more films. एक टिप्स मूवीज़ की है जहाँ मैं हीरोइन की मदर प्ले कर रही हूँ और एक और फिल्म है लिपस्टिक मेड इन हेवन, अगेन उसमें हीरोइन की मदर, और एक एड का भी फाइनल हो गया है मेरा जो मैं करने वाली हूँ अभी 22 को.
चारू मैम जिसमें भी हीरोइन का मदर प्ले करती है वो पिक्चर हिट जाती है. Okay, for me, I mean, right now, I mean, I'm also talking to a few directors for the film, so nothing has, I'm not signed anything, so at the moment, just talking to people at the moment.
I have finished 2 films. One is Gandhi of the Month by Sanjay Singh, and then there's another one called Mai with Asha Bhosle is being launched as an actress in that. Then I'm waiting for to get a chance to work with some Hollywood actors, Matt Damon, and I want to work with Bruce Willis. I want to work with Steven Spielberg, and a lot of big names. Yeah, she knows Polanski and all that. So probably introduce me to them someday.
What are you talking about?
इसीलिए ना कि मैं लास्ट में बोलूँगा.
No, I want to also watch act in French.
Shall I log? Thank you so much for being with us on
Thank
Films
you.
in
Thank you.
India. It has been such an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Watch the film.
Well,
watch
for
the
sure.
Please watch the film.
Yeah, any messages?
First,
to the
search
audience?
for the theaters where it is. If you
No,
get
there are
them,
6
please watch
shows
them.
running right now,
Yeah.
and
In Bombay.
it might go off really soon. So please watch it, and the more people will watch it, there are chances that it will stay,
carry on.
because Ekta Tiger is chasing and running in great speed and coming
Tiger
at
is
us.
It's
behind
completely roaring its way to the theater right
yeah,
now.
Please
The
save
gangs
us.
are already there, and the tiger is also coming.
Yeah, so my poor little souls are trying to survive in the middle.
The
So
second
please
marriage
watch
is
it.
like dwindling, so please, it's a
Yeah.
good
No, but
movie.
one thing
people
is
are
that
acting.
if you watch the film, I'm sure you'll like it, and I mean the word of mouth. Please do word of mouth, and I think it really help us, and please support us in our endeavor. Thank you.
Hey, there's one important thing that I don't want you to miss out. We are running a contest on our fan page of secondmarriage.com on Facebook, which makes you eligible to win around 50% discount on our tickets. So please go through the contest and win prizes.
With secondmarriage.com having hit the cinemas near you, please make sure you do go and get your ticket and watch this really hatke film. For all your entertainment information, reviews and interviews, please stay logged on to www.filmsofindia.com.